All right. Hey guys, it's Brittany, and this video is to talk about decks I purchased because I was influenced and I kind of wish I hadn't. Now, this is not any kind of dig to any of the creators I will mention or any kind of anything bad at all. If anything, it is more of saying how much I appreciate them and love their content, and because of their enthusiasm and love for these decks, it made me want to experience that as well. So I purchased them and got them in, and they just didn't do anything for me. Now, again, this is not any kind of dig on the decks either. It's just that they didn't do it for me. I could probably do a even bigger, longer video on the decks that I was influenced that I freaking love, because that would be more than half my collection. They're from watching these creators, these content creators, watching their videos, falling in love with the way they are in love with these decks, buying them, and I am over the moon for them. These are just some of the decks that just they didn't do it for me the way they did for the other tarot readers. So again, no shade at all. I'm just so easily influenced. I'm so easily influenced, and when I hear someone rave about decks, which I also do as well, and you want to feel that same kind of connection, that passion. You get excited and you buy the deck and it comes in and you're flipping through it and you're like, okay, you just start to feel a little disappointed because you're not connecting with it the way that you see other people can. Okay, so that's my rant. I'm just gonna talk about these decks, and yeah, we're gonna go from there. All right. First up, this is probably one of the oldest decks that I have here that I've had for years. Because, and I can't even tell you who influenced me other than just the whole of Tarottube. This deck, the Moonchild Tarot, was everywhere at one point years ago. Everywhere. Everyone was using it and loving it, and they're gorgeous, absolute gorgeous. However, when I try to use them, when I try to read with them, it doesn't do it for me. I don't like it. I think I have a problem with all of the kind of Star Seeker, Star Child kind of decks. I do not connect with them. And yeah, I couldn't tell you who influenced me other than probably the entire Tarottube influenced me to buy this deck. I never use it. I never use it. So yeah, it doesn't work for me. I could actually pull another deck in my collection that does. I mean, gosh, it's so beautiful. But no, I don't vibe with it. And I love collage decks. So yeah, first up, and I'm gonna try to be kind of quick with this because I don't want to rant for too long. And I believe this deck has been on another one of my rant videos as well. I'm never using that. Then I don't ever use it. Nice thick guidebook though. So yeah, Moonchild with that first up. Let's move on. Next up, I think this one is also on another rant video, and I I talked about how I'd never use it, and that's the Cantagy Oracle. A lot of people also really love this deck, and I believe the person who convinced me the most to get this deck was Thea from, oh my gosh, I love Garden Goddess Tarot. I love her whole aesthetic and vibe, and I'm even subscribed to her members videos. I absolutely love Thea. This deck just did not do it for me. I don't get it. I pull cards from it and I try. I did spend probably not enough time, but I spent some time with this deck, with this book, trying so hard to connect with it. Because I think Thea even did a whole year with it once, and the way she so passionately talked about this deck, I wanted that. I wanted to feel it. But no, it doesn't. I feel like the book's too long. It's so wordy that without saying really anything that hits for me. It is really pretty. Of course, artwork on all of these are always just gorgeous. I really wouldn't buy a deck that's not beautiful. The Hummingbird in Langor. Nothing. Nothing. There's even a feet one that's gross. Ugh. Clouds pass, but the mountains remain. That one kind of is cool. But yeah, Cantagy Oracle, I got nothing. Primary Nourishment. I actually do remember pulling this card. I'm trying to remember what the whole book said, because the book comes with a lot of info. There's like portal, icon, practice, a creative prompt, which usually I really love when books do that, creative prompts. I have a bunch of like creative books all up with tarot, but I do not connect with it. Sorry, Thea. I'm sorry. I love you. I don't like it. And if we're gonna talk about something else Thea maybe have influenced me to purchase, the Edward Dulac Tarot. Thea loves this deck, and I wanted to love this deck. But I think maybe it has to do, what are these? Why do I have these out like that? Probably not on purpose. I know that this is like with fairy tales, and it's all work from Edmund Dulac. I think I said Edward, sorry. Edmund Dulac. All of his art, and it's beautiful art. Look at the backs. They're gorgeous. But no, I don't. Would I try to pull for it? All I see is, sometimes I see like this. I think this, of course, this is Cinderella. For the, what is that? Ace of Wands? Maybe? I don't know. I just, all I see is, I see the artwork and I see how pretty it is, but for tarot, to get a reading out of, to get something out of, I don't get anything out of it. And yeah, it's so pretty though. I don't think I'm gonna actually like get rid of it. The Moonchild and Cantagy, I could see myself just letting go, but I really love the art, and I think I could do something else with this deck. You know, take some of my favorite ones, turn them into some bookmarks. I'm not gonna say that I'm gonna like some of them, but I might. We'll see. I love making journals, and these would be great in journals, wouldn't they? Like, wouldn't they be really cool in spreads, like journal spreads, and in like a junk journal? I might. But yeah, I'm sorry, Thea. There's so many other decks that you have influenced me that I love. But yeah, those two don't do it for me. Next, the Rooted Woman Oracle. Racine from Owl Moon channel. Is it? I think it's, is it just Owl Moon? I don't know. Racine could talk me into anything. Anything. I absolutely love her channel and her aesthetic. And she talked about this deck in a video and made me fall in love with it. But trying to use it, I haven't used it. I flipped through it and I didn't get that kind of like passion that she had for it. And again, I absolutely love Racine. I'm not kidding when I tell you that she could talk me into anything. Again, I'm so easily influenced. I'm so easy. But yeah, no, I wish I would have passed on it. It doesn't. When I pull this deck out and I try to use it, I am left feeling empty. I'm left feeling like I want to pick another deck and pull from it because I didn't get what I needed or was looking for or wanted from an oracle. And again, this is just my opinion. I am not shitting on this deck. It's a really, really cool concept. It's a really cool deck. It's all about like the heroine's journey. It's very rooted in spirituality and community, and maybe that's really one of my issues is I don't feel like I have a community like that. Not to get like personal, but I don't really know like half my family. Yeah, so like maybe it's because I don't really feel like I have those strong roots to my ancestors. Maybe that's what I'm missing in my life that could, you know, anything really to do with ancestral work does not connect for me. And again, a second deck that Racine talked me into that I shouldn't have picked up, Dreams of Gaia. And she's not the only one. This is a really popular deck. I thought that I was gonna have like a whole experience with this deck when I bought it. But it's confusing for me. The artwork is so pretty, but it just doesn't really make sense. Especially for tarot, it's a completely different system, really. And it doesn't work for me. The oracles, there are 2 oracles by this artist that I do have and I do love. And, oh gosh, that's so cool. So beautiful. But, yeah, I'll pull some cards, and you really can't pull a lot with this. And then I'll read the guidebook, and I'll try to I think my brain tries to connect it with what I know about tarot and what I feel like the cards should be telling me, but they aren't. And that's probably because it is a completely different system. So you really have to throw your concept of what you know about tarot out the window and start new. And I think that my tiny brain can't do that. I wanted so badly to have a whole deep connection with this deck the way that others do, and I just don't, and that's okay. It's okay. Big beautiful guidebook. Gotta love when they do that, you know. I feel like I'm going really fast. Either I'm just trying to talk really fast, or I'm just like nervous that y'all are gonna be mad at me. But I'm just trying to be as transparent, I guess, as possible. I do have quite a lot of decks for my house, for sure. I probably have about 200 decks, and I could sit here and talk about almost every single one of them and how I connect with them. But these, I only spent like 20 minutes maybe looking around, trying to like think, you know, what don't I really use, connect with, why did I buy them? And for these that I pulled, I was like, I saw them on someone else's channel. They talked so highly of them, and when I got them in, it just didn't hit. So, okay, up next, the Once Upon a Time Tarot. Now, as I can say for those other decks, I did give them a fair shot. I did. Maybe I can try again with the Moonchild because it's been a few years. But, I mean, it literally, it had dust on it. I had to clean off the dust off that deck because I don't use it. This deck I have only had maybe a year, and I don't think I've ever, I flipped through it, maybe did one tarot spread with it, and then nothing. And that's the Once Upon a Time Tarot. I think that was mostly because I thought this was going to be something that it wasn't. And I do not remember whose channel. Maybe it might have been Lisa from Lisa Pepez. I don't know. Usually she's very good at talking me out of decks, actually. It's really cute. I really do love the artwork, and I look how it's really adorable. Is it still in order? No, it's not in order. I was about to say, I know I did use this at some point. No, it's not in order. But I was just, when you say Once Upon a Time Tarot, you're expecting it to be not just like classic fairy tales, but at least fairy tales you know. And if I'm not mistaken, only the major arcana are fairy tales. The rest are just like cute little beings that could live in the world. And it's really pretty. It's very, very pretty. It just, yeah, it doesn't do anything for me. And you know, one of my faults is I will watch a video on someone talking about a tarot deck, get so inspired, and not even get through the major arcana before I buy it, because I'm that easily influenced. I'm that easy. Please don't tell my husband. This looks like maybe Puss in Boots. Yeah, definitely look at the boots. It's really cute. And oh man, the fact that I didn't use it that much, and look at the bend. Oh, damn. There's a bend. Wow, okay. Oof. I just want to see if I can kind of correct that a little bit. No. Yeah. Ooh. Has that inky smell. But yeah, Once Upon a Time Tarot. That could have been from Lisa, but don't quote me. It probably was. She's talked me into so many decks. But sometimes she does talk me out of them too. She's a great influencer. But not as in like I mean like influencers, you know, who purposely do this. She's good at doing it naturally. Sorry. I had my husband printing me these dragon stencils from the 3D printer, and I'm so excited. I can't wait to try it out. I want to do it right now. Like, this looks like flame, and then look at all the dragons. I've been reading a lot of books about dragons lately. You can thank Fourth Wing. But okay. Anyway, sorry. Once Upon a Time. So yeah, Lisa Pepez. She's another one who could talk me into anything and talk me out of things. She's great. Thank you, Lisa and Peggy. All right, up next. Okay, and last, the Mantra Oracle. I cannot remember who it was that influenced me to buy this. I remember watching a video and them talking so much about this deck. I thought it was going to like change my life. I thought that I was going to get it in and I was going to be the perfect version of myself, that this was the deck that was going to do it. And it did not, obviously, because it does not work like that, guys. It does not work like that. This deck, I don't get it. I don't get it. The box sucks. I suck at any type of like kind of going into trances or trying to meditate. It doesn't work. I wish it did. It does not. It's pretty though. It's really pretty. The type of meditation I can do, I love to knit. Knitting is my meditation. Listening to audiobooks while knitting is like the perfect, that is how I get out of my head. That is how I escape, how I can just go to a different plane. I love the artwork. The artwork is so pretty, but I get nothing from it. I wish I could remember who talked me into it, but I can't. I can't tell you because I don't remember. Way Guru Way Jelo. Unburden yourself. Maybe it's because I really can't. Pronunciation is one of the weakest. It's so weak for me. And maybe that's why it just doesn't hit. The pronunciation confuses me and I stop right there after that. Kirtan Kriya. Such pretty artwork. Adi Shakti Namu Namu. Har 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 har. Gobinde. Nothing. I get nothing. And then we have a I Love My Body. Which, I mean, go you. So yeah, those are the decks that I was influenced to buy that I wish I would have passed on. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. I did it to myself. It was no one's fault but my own. I don't blame anyone other than my weak mind, because that's what made me do it. I hope y'all found this helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.